Welcome back, guys. We are here with Ken and Christina Procaccianti from Green Line Apothecary in Wakefield, the original.
Yes.
And I'm sure some of you have been there. It's the cutest little shop. It's a pharmacy, it's a soda fountain, it's an apothecary, it's all sorts of things. And so they are here to chat with me about the store, but also about the opening of the Providence location, which is very exciting. It's another Main Street, North Main Street this time, as opposed to Main Street. So guys, tell me about the inspiration for the original store. I guess we'll start there, and then we'll go on to store number 2.
So I guess a little bit of history about how it even came to be. So I like to say I was brought up in the independent pharmacy world. I kind of grew up in it, but not in the way that you're thinking. My father was a greeting card salesman, and his sales territory was independent pharmacies. So when I was a kid, he used to get me part-time jobs changing the greeting cards over. So I would come in at Christmas time, take down Christmas, put up Valentine's Day. But I grew up in and around these beautiful mom and pop pharmacies and fell in love with it. I recognized from an early age that the independent pharmacy played such an important role in the community.
Awesome.
It was something I wanted to do for myself.
Yeah, I love that greeting card salesman was a job. I
Yes.
know that was still a thing.
Well, I think a lot of people would assume that I come from a line of pharmacists or that like my father opened the store, but I think it's really important to note that.
And so you yourself are a pharmacist.
I am. I am the pharmacist in charge.
How did that go? Did you decide to be a pharmacist before you decided you wanted to open a pharmacy, or did you kind of have the idea and then pursue that?
I always wanted to be a pharmacist. I graduated from Northeastern University in 2007.
Cool.
I did have some experience working for chains, and I also worked at Massachusetts General Hospital.
Okay.
But the bulk of my career has been working in independent pharmacy.
Okay, and you also went to Northeastern, right? And that's how you guys met.
Yes. It
So
is.
I have to say that because that's how Green Line came to be the name. So tell me that story because I think it's really adorable.
It is a love story. It is our love story. So Ken and I actually met on the subway in Boston. It was a snowy, cold, typical Boston night.
It has to be snowing.
Happened to be. I was running an errand across town with my roommate, who was a fashionista at the time, and she. I think I was wearing mismatching boots and shoes and her purse, and she made a comment about it, and I happened to be standing next to him, who made a comment that I think you look beautiful.
Oh, there you go, Ken. Look at you.
I contend that she started the conversation.
Good job, Ken. Good line.
We parted ways. We didn't exchange names, and 3 days later, like out of a movie, we actually physically bumped into each other on campus, and he remembered the girl from the subway. And then years later, actually the day before I graduated from pharmacy school, he proposed to me on the subway.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say years later we talked together. Like,
No.
No. You're killing me.
But so he actually proposed to me on the Green Line
that's
subway
amazing.
platform. So it's a labor of love. We pour everything into this business, and we really wanted to pick a name that really encompassed and
Couldn't be another name.
No, it couldn't be. And so when you sort of came together with this idea, whose idea was it at that?
It was a combination of efforts, and we
Awesome.
were really inspired by Christina's experience from her childhood in those mom and pop drugstores. You know, when we opened our own pharmacy, we wanted to do it with those classic American drugstores in mind.
And so it's really hard to explain the store and you know how it kind of takes you back in time, but you know, for those viewers who haven't been there, can you give us like a little explanation of sort of the emotion you hope to evoke and sort of the experience that you want people to have when they go into that store, and sort of why?
I think it's funny you describe it that way, is because there's a whole generation of seniors out there that actually don't
Stop
know,
back in time.
they don't know pharmacy any other way. It's actually strange to them for there to be a pharmacy without a soda fountain.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, mentioned Main Street. You know, there was a time when there was a neighborhood drugstore like ours on every main street in America.
Okay.
And that's the feeling that we're trying to recreate. You know, we have an old-fashioned soda fountain there, but that's not where the kind of old-fashioned sensibility stops. It extends to our level of service, to the friendliness that you experience when you're in the store, and really every step of the process and experience kind of harkens back to those, to the good old days.
And even your delivery service is in like a beautiful
That's
old time vintage
So,
car.
yeah, we
and you
have
really went all the way in with this.
So we have a...
Do you have electricity, right?
We do.
Okay.
Running water, we have all that. But yeah, we have a 1949 Chevrolet panel van that we genuinely use for our deliveries. It goes out on the road every day.
Okay.
And we're also excited to announce that we found another one the same year.
Wow, there you go.
Model.
You guys are lucky. You should play the lottery or something.
So that'll be on the road here in Providence, navigating the tight streets and
Ooh,
tight
yeah.
corners
You
to
sure
make
you
deliveries.
don't want a four-wheel drive?
Yeah, it'll get tricky. It'll get tricky. But no.
I know. It'll be difficult. But so speaking of the soda fountain, you guys really wanted to get totally authentic with that as well. So tell us about what a soda fountain even is. It's not like the little guns that you see at a restaurant.
It's a great question.
What is a soda
Christina
fountain?
mentioned seniors who come in don't remember pharmacies in any other way, but younger generations say, well, why is there ice cream and soda in a drugstore and a pharmacy? And the history is pretty cool. The soda was really first invented by pharmacists. Coca-Cola was invented by a pharmacist. Dr. Pepper was invented
Didn't it
by a
have cocaine in
pharmacist.
it or something?
It did, yeah.
We
So-
didn't take it that far.
Yeah. There's no cocaine.
There's no
Got some
cocaine or
requests, but we
Promise,
deny
please,
those
back off.
requests. But the reason was, back before medicine was highly regulated, pharmacists would just kind of mix something up on the spot to help their patients feel better. And so that led to tonics and sodas. If you think of your mom giving you a ginger ale for a bellyache. That's what the local druggist did when you walked in and said, hey, my stomach hurts. So soda became born out of that, and soda fountains took a really prominent place in pharmacies moving forward.
Makes us feel really lame when the cure to things used to be soda. Now we need 15 kinds of medications to make us feel better.
Yeah.
And so speaking of medications and these different methods, Christina, you have sort of a kind of a 50-50 approach. Obviously when people need medication, they need medication, but you kind of practice homeopathic medicine in a way as well. So tell us about that at Greenline.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm big on is exactly how you describe it, that medicine doesn't need to be extreme. It doesn't have to be all about drugs or all about natural products. For me, I think medicine is best practiced in this sort of middle ground. You can combine the two worlds. So something that you'll find at Greenline is a really extensive selection of herbals and natural products. We do have homeopathic remedies on hand also, but it's just an area of medicine that I'm really well versed in and very comfortable talking about.
Excellent.
I'm just as comfortable talking about the side effects of your cholesterol medication as I am maybe something natural and herbal that you're not as familiar with.
Yeah, and you have some pretty interesting drinks that you whip up over there as well. I saw that you have some. Is it like a vinegar based, or you have some that have ginger and all sorts of different kind of shots of remedies.
Oh yeah, we serve shots of fire cider
at
our fountain.
Okay.
But the soda fountain and what the menu at the soda fountain is really special. Everything at the fountain is all natural or organic, so it's everything served in as close to the original recipes as we could come up with. So everything is natural, organic.
You wouldn't have found high fructose corn syrup in those
No.
1920s.
No.
But you would have found cocaine in the Coke, so I don't know.
We had to draw a line somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a toss-up, I don't know.
But we have a lot of fun with the fountain. We serve floats, we serve shakes, we serve old-fashioned drinks like egg creams, lime rickeys, cherry phosphate, so definitely some things that you don't see everywhere.
What would you say is your most famous drink?
Root beer.
Yeah, the root beer float's probably the classic that
All right.
everyone.
How about something that's a little bit different than the...
Yeah, those lime rickeys. I think the egg cream is probably the most
So what is
unusual.
egg cream? That sounds disgusting.
Yeah,
It does.
It does. There's no egg in it, and there's
That's
no,
misleading.
there's no cream.
Of course,
It's
why not?
There's it's really a flavored fizzy milk.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's traditionally served as a chocolate egg cream. There's vanilla egg cream, and then of course we've put a Rhode Island spin on it and done a coffee egg cream. So a fizzy coffee milk will, I think, whet the taste buds of a lot of Rhode Islanders.
Oh, interesting. And so what's the best part for you guys about having a store that is, that takes this approach of, it's family owned, you guys have original methods, the soda fountain, you're trying to take it back to the 40s or whatever. What are your favorite parts about having this store?
I think that we're family owned and operated.
We're family owned and operated.
So are you guys there every day?
Yeah.
You're just as likely to see Christina and me at the store as our three daughters. So we have three young kids, three young girls who are they're sweeping the floors, stocking the inventory.
They're learning young.
And most importantly, taste testing the entire soda fountain menu. So that's one of their perks that they get. And they're not tired of ice cream yet. But that family owned and operated philosophy permeates everything that we do. Our employees are treated like family, our customers and patients are treated like family too. So that's really the best part. to us is bringing the personal human connection back to the
medicine.
pharmacy experience. You know, the
Okay.
pharmacy experience should not be cold and impersonal like you can find it at some places. And it shouldn't be the same transaction as ordering a cheeseburger at a fast food
Well,
store.
sometimes, you know, it's about speed in a lot of these other places, and so you don't really get to make that connection.
Yeah.
And
But that's
so-
a miss. We are very fast too. So even though we take the approach, we have old-fashioned service. We have all of the modern amenities that you would find at the bigger pharmacies.
You're not
So-
typing it in on like an old
No,
metal
We're not using
typewriter.
this
Yeah.
typewriter behind you.
Yeah, right here.
Sure,
You can take that
no.
home. Yeah, use that.
No, but it's we can do all of the things that the big chains can do, but we do it in a much more personal and pleasant way. So I like to say I'm dare I say I'm adding some whimsy into what is otherwise an unpleasant experience for people. Nobody likes to go to the pharmacy.
And so that brings me to my next question, which is a lot of family-owned mom and pop, you know, individual one-off pharmacies haven't made it in this state and plenty others, you know, and you guys are opening another store, which is sort of why I wanted to have you on to talk to, because obviously you're doing something right and you're expanding. And so why do you think that you're able to, you know, keep surviving and thriving in an industry where it just seems like everything is consolidating to big box?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, I think we set out to do something that feels old-fashioned, and you know, that applies to the soda fountain. We apply a old-fashioned sense of service to all of the transactions at our pharmacy, but we do that combining all of the modern efficiency of a present-day pharmacy, and that's really the secret sauce for us.
And the very cool delivery car.
Yeah, and the 49 pin. Yeah.
Do you have like a program where if you get a certain amount of fills, you get a free
We get a lot of
soda?
requests to drive the van, so yeah, we're hiring delivery drivers in
Oh,
Providence,
good.
so
So
if anyone's
good.
interested. Yeah.
So before we wrap up, we have to talk about Providence. So you're going to be opening up on North Main Street, another Main Street, which,
Yeah.
as you said, you know,
Right.
bringing it back.
That's right.
So you got to find all the main streets in Rhode Island now and put one on there. But whereabouts on North Main are you guys opening up?
Yeah, we're just south of Rochambeau.
Okay.
So yeah, not very accessible
That's very accessible.
to kind of all the neighborhoods in Providence.
You'll have a nice bagel place right over near you.
Yeah,
We do,
that's
yeah.
right. That's right. We do. Yeah, so we're excited about the neighborhood. You know, the building that we're occupying was another family-owned and operated business for over 40 years. So
Okay.
we're really excited to kind of carry on that legacy in that
Excellent.
neighborhood.
And it's going to be a bigger space.
It
you
is,
said.
yeah, bigger and badder is what
Bigger
I've been
and
saying.
badder. There you go. So, I mean, can you give us sort of a sneak peek on what's going to be bigger and different and better about
Yeah,
this
so
store?
you know, at our current store in Wakefield, we found a classic soda fountain. It's the real deal that dates back to the 40s, and we were fortunate enough to find another one.
Of course you were.
for
Another car,
Providence.
another system. You're going to have a problem if you're trying to go bigger than two, I think.
They're not easy to find. They're
They're
not easy to work
find.
on, but they're well worth it. They help create the experience. We have the old-fashioned handles. And
Nice.
we mix the sodas by hand. So we do everything the way you would have found it, you know, decades ago. And this fountain we actually found on a main street in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. And
There
it
you
comes
go.
from the first ever department store in the state of Pennsylvania.
Wow.
And it was just sitting unused in the basement of this building. And we rescued it, restored it, and it's sitting in the building
You
right now.
Yeah.
You rescued that
Yeah.
system. You did. Gave it a good home.
That's it, yeah. We're going to take care of it. We're going to take it out for walks. And
Excellent. Good. Good. We're all about rescue here in
That's it.
New England. And so, still going to have delivery. You've got the
Yes.
awesome car.
Yeah.
Is there parking over there?
There is, yeah, we have a
good.
parking lot attached
you'll
to the
be able-
building,
That's
yep.
good. People will fight you for that.
Yeah,
Lots
that's
of
right.
stuff to
Yeah,
do.
parking's competitive. But
Yeah.
we're a full-service pharmacy. You can fill all your prescriptions with us. We accept all the same insurances as the chain drug stores do, but it's a much better experience. So
Yeah.
we invite everyone in Providence to transfer their
Great.
prescriptions to us, and they can come pick it up, or we can deliver it to their home
Awesome.
or workplace.
And so in Wakefield, it's sort of kind of, I don't want to say it's sleepy town, but Wakefield is near the beach. I think it's a different demographic than Providence. So what do you say to the younger, fast-paced Providence demographic about why they should check out Green Line and kind of what their experience can be there?
Yeah, it's a great question. Providence is an independent city, and we feel that it needs independent pharmacy. Like we talked about, the pharmacy experience need not be impersonal, but it also need not be inefficient. So we're trying to recreate what we brought to South County here in Providence by combining the best of those both
Medicine
worlds.
can be efficient, and it can be personal.
And you can get soda.
And you can get
Right.
soda.
And egg cream, which doesn't have egg or cream. You're going to get a
That's
lot
it.
of flack from the
A lot of
dairy-free,
questions. Yeah, a lot of
vegans.
questions, yeah.
We have a
Yeah,
vegan,
dairy-free.
dairy-free
Yeah.
option.
Well, obviously, there's no egg or cream in that, but it sounds like it's not. There you go. So, do you guys have snacks or like anything like that? What else do you have besides the soda? I forgot to
We
ask.
do a variety of ice cream, shakes,
Okay.
floats. soda. We have we stock gluten-free donuts actually, and one of the more decadent menu items is a donut ice cream sandwich.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
And you didn't bring me that. So
No,
I don't.
you didn't. You know.
Cut off. Didn't bring me egg cream.
No,
Not that I would have wanted it, 'cause I know what it was. But Ken and Christina, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with me.
Yeah.
And the North Main location's opening in the spring.
That's right. That's
We'll
right.
let you know when we have the final date,
Yes.
but hopefully sooner than later,
Yeah.
so that everybody can go check it out in Providence on North Main Street, keeping the main streets alive.
Yes.
So thank you for coming from Green Line Apothecary and sharing your story with us. We love it, and we're excited about the new opening. So wish you all the success.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you for coming on. Guys, we'll be right back. We're going to talk to Travis Escobar from Millennial, Rhode Island about the Choose RI celebration. We'll be back in